Hi there. If you're watching this on YouTube, or you're wanting to watch any of my content on my channel, or both for that matter, I would strongly recommend hitting the subscribe button and comment and like on any videos if you may wish, because this is a general audience channel. Also, this video is not made for kids, it is for older fans and adults alike. So please sit back and enjoy the video. End of the Line. Based on the original stories by TARDIS 9 and Seangannon and Trials and Tribulations by NWR58. Adapted, edited, and told by Julyleonard. 98462 and 87546 were stuck in the sheds for a very long time and never sought any repentance following their accidents. They thought they were in the right and constantly criticized the Fat Director and the other engines for this. "I should be pulling high-speed expresses, not slow goods. I'm clearly too good for an engine for this park railway," said 98462. "That makes two of us," agreed 87546. "I should be in use, not standing in the shed collecting dust like that relic Edward should be doing. More likely the Fat Director should retire him, or just keep him in the shunting yards like little Thomas," put in 98462. "Can't pull his own trains without messing up, if you ask me," replied 87546. "Is that so?" said a familiar voice. Henry the Blue Engine had overheard the conversation. "Then perhaps you two should try shunting your own trains." "I'd like to see you try, Henry," 98462 grunted. "Oh, no, I couldn't," boasted Henry, pretending to show off his Doncaster design. "I'm an A1 prototype, and we A1 prototypes have no interest in collecting our own trains, goodness knows." Then an idea flew into 98462's funnel. "Say 87546, we're confined to the sheds, aren't we?" He whispered, "Listen, I've got an idea to get us out." And they whispered to each other. "Oh, we'll shunt our own trains all right, won't we, 98462? "Oh, yes, 87546, first thing in the morning." 98462 then whispered again to 87546. "We'll show that fat hat what we can do." Little did the two engines know that Henry had a plan of his own to make them see sense. It might have been better if they had. They're up to something," Edward said later that night. "I just know it." "Up to something?" snorted Henry. "Stuff and nonsense. Those two stuck-ups wouldn't get up early in the morning to fetch their own coal if they run out." "I know," replied Edward. "Does that catch you off guard at all?" he asked. "Not really, but I wouldn't dwell on it," replied Henry. "Good night, Edward." But Edward thought about it for so long, he barely got any sleep. The next day, when the shed foreman came, 98462 told him that 87546 was to be let out to look after his goods trains for the time being. "It's the Fat Director's orders," lied 98462. "He came by this morning in a hurry and told me to let you know. I have to look after the express, the Wild Nor'wester, while Gordon is away for repairs," he went on. "His reversing gear is stuck on reverse, I've been told." The foreman, suspecting nothing, agreed to this decision, and so it was arranged. He sent one of the workmen round to 98462 and 87546's crews' houses to let them know. By this point, the two blue engines were as good as their word. They set to work collecting their own trains. 9462 collected the coaches for the express, while 87546 arranged some trucks for his goods train. At the yards, Thomas was surprised to see 9462's goods train assembled already, but he soon grew more confused than surprised when he recognized the actual number on the Blue Engine's tender. 87546, he said. Aren't you supposed to be in your shed? He said. I mean, last I heard, you were banned from pulling trains. And should 9462 be collecting these goods? Shortage of engines, Thomas, and 9462 is looking after the express for Gordon due to his reversing gear being repaired, 87546 said quickly, hoping the fat director hadn't heard them. This was partly true, given Gordon's jammed reversing gear being mended at the works. But Thomas didn't realize that 87546 was lying to him. To make matters worse, what neither engine noticed was one of the couplings of two of 87546's trucks had been loosened. The cause of this was two naughty boys, who were the sons of Henry's driver, who had been sent by the big Blue Engine himself. Meanwhile, 9462 pulled into the big station, gloating with pride. Finally, a proper engine on a proper train. That will show, Fathead, I'm a far better suit for the express than that Gordon. Little did he know that his crew had been called over by the station master to have a meeting with him at his office. It wasn't only until when the same boys from earlier jumped onto his footplate and fiddled with his controls. His actual crew hadn't reckoned without the guard's whistle as a result. By then, the boys jumped out, just as 9462 pulled away, feeling very pleased with himself. As he pulled out, the boys headed straight back to Henry, who was very pleased. Well done, you two, he grinned. That'll show those two troublesome engines a lesson. And indeed it would. At first, 9462 was enjoying himself enormously. Hurry, 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 he called to his coaches. Easy there, easy there, easy there, the coaches called back. In all honesty, it would have been a spectacular run, but 9462 hadn't reckoned without one thing. Presently, he began going faster and faster. He then realized that there was no one in his cab. Help! Help! I can't stop! He cried. Far ahead, 87546 was now climbing up Gordon's Hill with his trucks. It wasn't until they were halfway up when the loosened coupling finally gave way with a snap, and the last few trucks began running backwards down the hill. Oh no! Cried 87546. Back, driver! Reverse! Quick! Further back, 9462, who was still out of control, suddenly noticed the runaway trucks heading right towards him. Crash! Oh dear, oh dear! Are you all right back there? 87546 asked as he came to a stop. I think so, coughed 9462. Who on earth is responsible for this? He demanded. That would be me, replied a familiar voice. It was Henry, coming into view with the breakdown train in tow. So, 9462, how does it feel being a prime example of Top Link Express? The big Blue Engine's smugness turned into horror by the sight of 9462's passengers. You see, what none of the three engines noticed was there was a buffet coach in Gordon's Express. Because 9462 was traveling at a high speed, food and drinks spilled all over the place. The passengers were more of a mess than hurt, and they expressed their complaints to the fat director and told him what a bad railway it was. That engine of yours, they protested. I hope you're going to pay for my spoiled clothes. That was a most uncomfortable ride. I didn't come all this way for flying. Give us our money back. Now, everybody, the fat director announced as he addressed the passengers, I ensure that all your spoiled clothes will all be recovered in no time. As for you two, he went on, I shall talk to you later. Henry, he continued, please set to work clearing up this mess at once. Yes, sir, sighed Henry. He now realized what he had done. Later that day, the fat director came to see the three engines. Well, I am absolutely appalled by your behavior during these trials. The other engines told me what you both said, and I am not pleased to say the least. But sir, it wasn't... The two engines protested, but it was no use. I am not in the mood to care, came the blunt reply. You have both been rude, spiteful, careless bullies. I do not tolerate a behavior like that on my railway. But sir... That's enough, the both of you, snapped the fat director. As soon as I can arrange it, you will both return to the other railway and never come back. Do I make myself clear? Yes, sir. The fat director then turned to Henry. I confess that we're all fed up with their behavior, Henry, but you should know better than to get revenge on others for bullying you. Furthermore, he went on, you should have let me arrange for a new engine to look after the express for Gordon, instead of all that happened today. I am most disappointed in you. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, moaned Henry. However, the fat director finished, smiling, since we'll be receiving no more troublesome antics on my railway, we will say nothing more. Now then, Henry, can I count on you and the other engines to handle all the trains between you until I can make other arrangements? Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir, smiled Henry happily, feeling much better. At the end of the week, the two blue engines were ready to go. No one, not even Henry, came to see them off. They didn't deserve it.